From iconic companies like GM and Ford building out new electric vehicle production to Tesla, our nation's largest electric vehicle manufacturer.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over and look at exactly what Joe Biden had to say about Tesla. We're going to talk about why it took him so long for him to mention Tesla, and we're also going to go over exactly why Tesla could potentially be dominating the Chinese market within the next few years. So we're going to talk about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock today that's sitting at $922. We're up 1.62%. We opened at $905. We had a slight sell-off that happened in the morning, but throughout the day, we started to slowly trend higher and higher and closed at $922. And we're also going up in the after hours, which is looking pretty good. When you compare Tesla stock to the overall stock market, as you can see over here, we have Tesla that is up 1.62%, and also the overall stock market also was very bullish except from few sectors here and there. We have the energy sector that actually pulled back to the downside today, and we also have a few companies, big tech companies, that sold off aggressively, like Facebook. Facebook is just continuing to go down after that huge earnings announcement. They're continuing to lose their market cap and going to the downside aggressively. They're down today 2.1%. But we have, some semiconductors that did pretty good. Microsoft, Apple, this big tech companies, Amazon, they're doing relatively good today. So now let's talk about what Joe Biden had to say about Tesla and why it took him so long and why he finally talked about Tesla. So as you can see over here, after 58,000 signatures and an Elon Musk billboard, Biden finally recognizes Tesla. So we're going to be watching exactly a video of what he had to say about Tesla and why it took him so long for him to mention Tesla.
Ed, do you think the president is deliberately leaving Tesla out of the conversation?
According to White House sources, Joe Biden's made no secret about his support from the unions, and he needs that union support. Michigan is a state where the Democratic Party can win. GM and Ford are legacy automakers with a long and rich history of union assembly workers, and Tesla's not. It pays its workers really well through equity compensation. But, Biden is clearly looking at this thinking, okay, I need the support of the traditional base that work at these companies. And that's kind of what we're hearing from the White House sources we're speaking to.
Well, he's certainly poking the bear a little bit.
Right.
What do we know about the conversations between Elon Musk and President Biden? I mean, the president has invited a number of CEOs, continues to invite CEOs from Silicon Valley to the White House. And come to think of it, I've never seen Elon Musk there.
It is a cold shoulder, right? And, you just have to take the bigger picture. Tesla is the world's biggest EV maker. It's created thousands and thousands of jobs in the US. Yes, Tesla has moved to Texas, which is traditionally a Republican state. But it's really interesting that the White House doesn't acknowledge it. And as you know, Em, I was in LA last year listening to Elon Musk speak at Code Conference. He essentially accused Joe Biden of being a communist. And he called this the Russian EV revolution. Which are pretty strong words. So it clearly grates him, and we get that from his most recent tweet as well.
Since 2021, companies have announced investments totaling more than $200 billion in domestic manufacturing here in America. From iconic companies like GM and Ford building out new electric vehicle production to Tesla, our nation's largest electric vehicle manufacturer, to innovative younger companies like Rivian building electric trucks, or Proterra building electric buses, which I saw at a virtual tour last year when I met with the CEO virtually, and they really impressed me. These companies joining Intel, bringing microchip manufacturing back to America after decades of decay. From Texas Instruments to Samsung in Texas to TSMC in Arizona, we're seeing the beginnings of an American manufacturing comeback.
So as I saw from the video, he mentioned that Tesla is the leading electric vehicle manufacturer, and Elon Musk actually responded to a tweet that mentioned a clip of his speech. So the tweet that he responded to is breaking. President Biden just acknowledged Tesla as the nation's largest electric vehicle manufacturer, and he tagged Elon Musk. And he quoted from iconic companies like GM and Ford building out new electric vehicle production to Tesla, our nation's largest electric vehicle manufacturer. And Elon Musk responded with an emoji with sunglasses. So it's been really hard. In the past, there has been concerns of exactly why Joe Biden is not mentioning Tesla. He invites CEOs from other electric vehicle production companies, not even the bigger ones. Like he invites like Ford CEO, General Motors CEO, and he constantly states that General Motors is the leader when it comes to electric vehicles. And people got really pissed because he's mainly focused on his political advantage, not really looking at the fact. So that's why a lot of people actually got really pissed with Joe Biden, and they actually, acquired 58,000 signatures and also an Elon Musk billboard. And basically, Joe Biden mentioned Tesla today on his speech. When you look at what he had to say, being that Tesla is the largest electric vehicle manufacturer in the nation, which is the United States, but we expect that Tesla to also be dominating the Chinese markets in the near future. And lots of different analysts come out and state that there's going to be a huge potential for the Chinese market in the near future for Tesla within the next, 1 to 2 years. Tesla could potentially be dominating. The main reasons being, of course, when you look at the population of China, there have close to 1.5 billion people over there when you compare it to the US and other European countries. And also when you look at the expansion of the middle class in China, it's exploding. So not only that, we have another factor which comes to pollution. There's been a lot of pollution that's going on in Beijing and other big cities in China, and the government is also encouraging people to get electric vehicle cars. And there are some competitions for Tesla like XPeng, NIO, Li Auto, and also one of the biggest competitors, which is going to be BYD. But Tesla is expected to be the leading electric vehicle company over there. Analysts predict that Tesla is going to be the leader electric vehicle companies over there. We know that ARK Invest, Kathy Wood, has been buying some electric vehicle companies like XPeng, and she sees the Chinese market as being one of the most important markets to watch out for the near future, and that's why she wants to buy into this electric vehicle companies that are based in China too. So of course, those companies are also expanding to Europe and also to the US, but the biggest market for electric vehicle companies is going to be in China, based off of the population growth, the middle class growth in the future. Of course, in the future, economists are predicting that China could be the leader when it comes to the economy. Right now, number one is the US, but in the near future, we know China could potentially take the number one spot. So now let's talk about Tesla stock price action, what to expect. So before we talk about that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with Tesla stock. We talk about Tesla every day on this channel. So as you can see over here, Tesla stock really is not really doing that much. We're sitting above $900, which is really good. We're sitting at $922. We have a slight gap over here that could potentially be filled in the near future between $855 to $866. But right now, we're making higher lows and higher lows, and we continuing to go higher, which is phenomenal. We have the first resistance price point level we're watching, which is $1,000. Which is really close. So the most important thing to watch out for Tesla and also for the overall stock market is that there is big interest rates decisions coming up in March. It's going to be in a matter of a few weeks. And with that decision, we might see some form of volatility. And after we know exactly by how much the Fed is going to be increasing interest rates, we know everything could potentially be stabilizing. And of course, there are going to be lots of interest hikes coming up. They're expected to raise interest rates at least 3 to 4 times this year. So it's going to be a really volatility season, but we expect Tesla stock to be one of those companies that can outlast the volatility to continue to trend higher and potentially be hitting all-time highs in 2022. So we know we have different analysts coming out left and right. Like we all know that big banks like Goldman Sachs picked Tesla as their leading stock for 2022. So of course, it might be a little volatile for Tesla stock as we've seen in the past, but we expect Tesla stock, to hit all-time highs in 2022. Not only in 2022, but the next few years, Tesla is expected to dominate the electric vehicle market. So that's why we're constantly investing in Tesla for the long term. Of course, if you're somebody that wants to trade it for here and there for a quick trade, quick scalp, swing trading, etc., you can do that. But right now the volatility is declining as we get closer and closer. Maybe the volatility will pick up as we get closer into March, when we get the interest rates hikes decisions. We might see some increasing in volatility, but as of right now, as you can see, the volume is declining. The volatility is not really that much, so just be careful if you want to be swing traded and day traded expecting a big move. Right now, we're just basically in a very tight range, so just be on the lookout for that. So let me know in the comments section below what you think about what Joe Biden had to say about Tesla. And of course, if you're new to the channel, to make sure you subscribe, turn on notification bell if you want free stocks. Check out the links in the description box below. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.